Hello and welcome to PHOTOPLAY Paper. I'm Amy Sonneman and today I get to share the Gracias Card Kit with you, designed by Becky Moore. This card kit includes everything you need to make 8 stunning cards. The card bases, all of the paper, the stickers. The only thing that's missing is twine if you want to add a little bit of twine, and your adhesive, and you're ready to go. Before I jump into the cards, I want to show you what's included in the kit, where the instructions are located, and kind of how everything is set up. So let's do that first. If you open your package, you're going to see the cover sheet. The cover sheet has full color pictures of each of the cards, so if you're more of a visual learner, you can easily look at the cover sheet and figure out how to create the card. If you like written words and step-by-step instructions, flip the paper over, you get all of the written instructions on the back. It includes step-by-step instructions with measurements to know which piece you are putting where. So if you like step-by-step written instructions, you have that. If you like a visual learner and like the pictures, we have that as well. Inside of your kit, you'll get 8 card bases to build your cards upon. The only thing that does not get included in the kit is your envelopes, your adhesives, as well as any extra twine or string that you might want to use to decorate a little bit more on your cards. So you'll have 8 of those. You'll have a sticker sheet that looks like this with all of the extra elements to decorate your cards with. You have extra pieces here in case you want a thinking of you versus a happy birthday, or how are you doing, or hello, or thank you. So you can mix and match the sayings to whatever kind of card you like to send most. There are also 3 sets of printed papers. This is sheet 1 with a lot of your larger base pieces to go in the background, and a few of the smaller pieces that you'll cut apart and set aside to assemble your cards at a later time. The back of this paper is beautiful as well, with the fun flowers. You get 2 sheets, so if you absolutely mess up on cutting or you don't like the way something has turned out, you have an extra sheet that you can recut and start again. Or you have an extra sheet to make a whole nother set of cards if you pick up an extra sticker sheet. So that's an option too. If your local store carries individual sticker sheets, go ahead and pick one up and you have double the amount of cards. This is sheet number 2. Also has some larger pieces for layering. And then the beautiful butterflies and flowers on the back. Here is sheet number 3. Has a few more of the extra pieces, the smaller strips, some of the layering pieces, the fun banner. So there's lots of different elements that you can mix and match. If you don't like particularly the way we designed it, do your own thing. You could easily flip this over and use this as a background as well. So you have 2 of each of the sheets in one set of sticker sheets. That is what is included in the kit for you to get started. You'll have detailed instructions inside of the packaging on the back of the front cover. But sometimes it's easier just to visually see the pieces that you need to create the card that you're looking for. So I'm going to go through each card and show you what you need and kind of give you a few tips along the way. First, you're going to need your card base. You're going to need a teal 4 1/4 by 5 1/2. You're going to use this rainbow striped edged paper to layer on. And then you're going to use these 3 little pieces to create the background on the card. You're going to need 2 of the little tabs that say crawling by to say hi. That's on your sticker sheet. And then the 3 little rainbow critters. I do things a little bit differently, and people have asked me to show you how to do the extra embellishments. So I'm going to do that at the beginning so that you can kind of see how it's done throughout the whole video. As you can see, I have outlined each of the pieces with just a black pen. It just gives a little bit more detail, a little bit more excitement, and it separates each of the pieces from kind of floating into the background. The other thing I do is use foam tape to 3D mount my stickers if they're on top. So the crawling by to say hi is flat, but all three stickers have a little bit of dimension because I put the double-sided adhesive, the foam tape, behind it. So just another added thing, you can have all of your cards flat. If you like flat and you like mailing them flat, that's perfect. I like a little bit of dimension, so I go the extra mile and just add some foam tape to pop those up. Just gives it nice dimension. As far as the black pen work goes, let me show you what I use. I like the Sharpie fine liner. The last one is the ultra fine permanent Sharpie marker. Let me show you just a little bit about how I go about outlining each of the pieces. I freehand all of my outlining. I like it uneven, I like it random, I like it squiggly. Some people do not like that at all. You can use a ruler. I personally don't, but you 100% can. And this is the first Sharpie. This is the Sharpie I started with all those years ago. And I just freehand all of the corners. You can make the edges meet. You don't have to make the edges meet. It's strictly up to you. You make the rules. You do what makes you happy. I don't worry about the little places that don't meet perfectly. To me, this is fun and it's not a perfect science. If you want perfect, use a ruler, by all means. I have friends that use a ruler. They look stunning. You do you. There's no rules. The one thing I do want to share is on your sticker sheet, these markers will smear. It takes them a while to dry. So if you're in a hurry, that's not the marker to use. Use your permanent marker, and I always test on the scrap. I just, always do that because it just saves you from ruining your card. See how that smeared? I don't want you to ruin your card because you're using the wrong pen. So anytime you're outlining on stickers, definitely use the Sharpie permanent marker. Next, it's just a matter of putting your card together. Adding your adhesive. Mounting each of the pieces on top. Like so. Adding your stickers. I will also add foam adhesive to the back of these 3 stickers. And that's a quick and easy card ready for you to send. This is card number 2, called Gracias. If you notice, there is a little bit of twine at the very top. These 3 pieces are 3D mounted with foam tape, and everything else is flat. The things you will need are your card base, this black and white polka dot and striped bottom, this fun orange sticker, the red tag, both of those are stickers. You're going to need this little black strip as well, which I probably lost in my stash. You're going to want your butterfly. I 3D foam mount the butterfly as well as the Gracias sticker. I add a little twine at the top to make my bow. I actually make the bow and then glue it on. I don't actually tie the bow onto the tag. This is card number 3. Let's stick together. Again, all of the instructions are on the back of your cover sheet in your package, so don't throw your cover sheet away. That's where all of your step-by-step instructions are. For me, it's just easier to show you all the pieces that go in, and I cut my stickers apart and put them with the card that I'm making, just so I don't get confused. So much easier. For this card, you're going to need a card base, this red border with the black polka dot, That's a 5.5 by 4.25 size. You're going to need the yellow and white stripe. You're going to need the cute little scalloped teal pieces from the sticker sheet. And that will go flat on your card base. You'll need the Let's Stick Together, and that will be mounted with foam tape to give you the dimension. And then you'll need your stickers that are the bright, beautiful cactus. Those will also be 3D foam mounted to give you that added dimension. This is card number 4, called Hola. Isn't it beautiful? Love the stunning colors of the flowers in the background. For this card, I'm going to need you to grab a white card base. Another tip that I like is sometimes I cut my bottom piece a little bit shorter so that I have this beautiful white edge around it as a frame. To create that border, I cut this base piece a 1/4 inch less. So this bottom piece here is 4 by 5.25. This piece is 4.25 by 5.5. So you're just cutting a 1/4 inch off of 2 of the sides to get this border. And honestly, I do that sometimes because when you're cutting all of those pieces and you make an error in cutting and you cut just a skosh too much off of this base piece, it's not ruined. Just cut it and make a little bit of a white border. No one knows the difference. It still looks beautiful. If you want to make the card exactly the way we show it in our sample, you're going to mount your red piece on top of the white card base. You're going to mount your pretty floral piece on top of that. Then you're going to find the blue piece with tiny polka dots and a little yellow border around the edge. When you cut it out, make sure you leave that yellow border. Then you're going to find your postage stamp sticker, which goes here. You're going to find your letters to create your word. And instead of using the O, we're going to replace the O with this pretty flower. And that flower is the only thing that's 3D mounted on my card. Very pretty, very fast. The one thing I do want to mention is if you end up cutting this a 1/4 inch less, you also have to cut this top piece a 1/4 inch less. The only thing you'll miss in the detail is a little bit less of the floral showing than you would if you left it full, like so. Not a lot, just a teeny bit. So strictly up to you, just another option to be able to do the things a little different. I added a little bit of pen work around the outside of the blue, and that was it for this card. This is card number 5, called Thinking of You. You'll notice the pen work detail. There's a little bit more pen work on this card than some of the others. Just adds a little bit of extra pop. The pieces you'll need for this card are the card base, this piece that has 2 different patterns on it, and when you're cutting, make sure you leave those 2 together because it's kind of tempting to cut those apart not knowing better. So go ahead and leave those 2 pieces together. I've made that mistake before. Next, you'll place your tag. You'll want to find a piece of twine to add a little accent here at the top. You're going to want to adhere your green strip right over the top of the place where the 2 patterns meet. I added a little pen work there as well. And last, you'll add your flower and your Thinking of You sticker. And those 2 are matted with foam tape to be able to just give a little bit of added dimension. Again, I did a little bit of pen work. You can do as much pen work or none at all. If you want to leave your card 100% flat, that's fine too. You do you. These card kits can be changed. Lots of different options for sentiments are in this kit as well. Let me show you that. The sticker sheet has different sayings. You may choose to use a different saying on any of the cards. Maybe something you need a birthday card or a thinking of you card. Change those up as you need them. Sometimes people wait and put their sentiment on last for whatever occasion you need it for. This is card number 6. Thanks so much. There's not a lot of pen detailing, but I did pop up all of the sticker pieces on this page. The pieces you'll need for this would be your white card base, your yellow piece that looks like this, and if you notice, it's perfectly sized to fit the whole entire card base. I trimmed mine down just so you could see how it looks. You're going to need the piece that is two-tone teal with a little bit of a black border, some sort of twine or ribbon to go in the back, and I just wrapped it around, and I will glue it at the very end before I adhere my paper down. These are the 3 stickers that you need. You're going to want to 3D mount those with foam tape. Once you have those adhered like this, I went ahead and saved a little bit of twine to be able to create this cute little bow on top of that tag. Those are all the pieces you need to create the Thanks So Much card. This is card number 7 with the sun on it. A little bit of pen detailing, not a lot. The sun is the only thing that is 3D layered on top. Everything else is flat. You'll notice the little staple details. Just adds a little bit of extra fun to your card. The pieces you'll need for this card are your card base, your green background piece, this fun floral, little tiny flowers. You're going to need the two-tone square that's teal with light teal polka dots. You're going to want your red piece. It's kind of reddish pink. You're going to want your rainbow piece. Then you're going to want your 2 little tabs, one orange and one green. You fold those over and adhere them. You can do your pen work, you can add your staples, you can draw in fake staples, that works too. When you get all of your pieces adhered to the card base, you're going to bring in your sun that has foam tape on the back, and you are ready to go. If you want to add pen work, you can do that, or you don't have to. It's strictly up to you. You make the rules. This is card number 8, the chili pepper card. The pieces that are foam mounted are the chili pepper, this rainbow stripe, and the fun little flower in the upper corner. Just a teeny bit of pen work on that white piece. You could also add pen work to the red piece. That would be pretty too. Strictly up to you. Now, if you chose to add pen work to this fun sticker, you would want to add that with the permanent Sharpie so that it wouldn't smear. Have a little bit of twine from your stash and you've got a great card ready to go. Let's take a look at all the pieces. You're going to need your card base and your chili pepper piece of paper that is 4 1/4 by 5 1/2. As you can see, it's meant to fit perfectly on top of the card base, but if you like that pop of white to frame it, cut it down by 1/4 inch on the short side and 1/4 inch on the long side. Then you're going to add your red piece as well as your banner. There's your sticker that goes at the top. There's a half sticker that goes here. You're going to want to add your twine to this before you adhere it down. That's 3D mounted. The flower is 3D mounted. And the chili pepper has foam tape on it as well. So all of these 3 stickers are mounted 3-dimensional. When you add your adhesive to the back of the chili pepper, make sure that any piece of the chili pepper that overlaps this, because that's 3D mounted as well, that you don't put any foam tape behind it. You're going to want to put foam tape on the top and foam tape on the bottom, but no foam tape here, so that everything is on the same even plane for shipping, so that the postage doesn't cost you more to be able to mail it because it's too thick. So make sure it's kind of all on the same plane, and you won't have any extra postage to mail those cards. Then I also have my twine to wrap around my card. And that's card number 8. I hope you enjoy this card collection as much as I do. I can't wait to send all these bright, beautiful cards to my friends and just brighten their day. Thanks for watching, and have a great day.